You can take the man away from fighting, you can't take fighting away from the man. Petr Yan shows absolutely no mercy against any opponent he faces. Petr Yan is one of the most fierce fighters in the UFC. What makes him special is his ability to maneuver every strike thrown at him and still batter his opponent with melting pot of combat skills until he claims the victory. Some people see pro fighting as a sport, others as a tradition, but for Petr Yan, it's a path to fulfill his destiny. In this video, we'll be talking about how Petr Yan, a young Russian kid with raging blood to fight, is soaring to the top of the UFC. We'll also be talking about the salary and net worth he's amassed for being relentless in his quest to be the best. It's savage, it's brutal, and it's a video you don't want to skip. So sit back, relax, and I'll punch my way in. Petr Yan was born in Russia on the 11th of February 1993. In 6th grade, he began training in ITF Taekwondo. This was a pretty decent start for Petr, until he frequently got into a lot of street fights in his area. His parents hated the idea of Petr getting into bloody fights, so they were forced to move anytime he engaged in street fighting. Petr stopped the street fights, but picked up an interest in boxing. His elder brother was training in the city of Djinka as a boxer, and Petr wanted to train along, but always got sent back. All Petr wanted to do was explore his passion for fighting, but no one gave him a chance, so he decided to take the high road. Petr snuck out every day to go train boxing without the notice of anyone. He learned boxing for 8 years, finally achieved Master of Sport in boxing. But that was nothing compared to what Petr wanted to achieve. He put his dream of fighting on hold while he was in Siberian Federal University, where he graduated with a degree in physical culture and sport. Fast forward to December 2014, when Petr made his MMA debut. His first fight was against another debutant in MMA, and he won via a 3rd round knockout. He signed with Russian promotion Absolute Championship Berkut, also called ACB, and was scheduled for a major fight in his career. Man, this fight was crazy. Petr was to fight the Brazilian Viper Renato Villame, who already had 26 fights in his MMA career. No one, absolutely no one, expected Petr to even throw a straight punch at this guy, but he beat Renato down to the earth core with skills no one knew he had. In his 3rd fight, Petr showed he'd gotten the hang of things in combat sport by beating his opponent Karan Orzumiev in just 47 seconds. Imagine getting tickets to a fight and you're out in just 47 seconds. Petr might have killed your fun, but he made a statement that day. He was a man on a mission, and his mission was to claim the ACB Bantamweight Championship. Here's our mission for you. Go down, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of our awesome videos. On the 26th of March 2016, Petr faced Nurmagomedov for the ACB Bantamweight Championship. These two men gave the fans an electrifying performance by putting their bodies to the test. But as always, only one man can win, and this time it wasn't Petr. Nurmagomedov won by split decision and retained his ACB Bantamweight Championship. To say Petr was frustrated is putting it mildly. This guy was devastated. What was really annoying about this match is that everyone thought Petr had won, even ACB President Mairbek Kashiev. On the 15th of April 2017, Petr was granted a rematch against Nurmagomedov as a form of compensation for being denied the win in his first encounter. Man, words can't even convey the level of massacre Petr had unleashed on Nurmagomedov. It was like Petr had the power of 1,000 Hercules flowing through his hands and legs throughout the fight. They fought all 5 rounds, but the summary of the fight is Petr beat Nurmagomedov black and blue. Of course, Petr claimed the victory by unanimous decision and became the ACB Bantamweight champion. But that wasn't what caught the eye of the UFC. In September 2017, Petr was to defend his championship against Brazilian contender Matheus Matos. For the title he just won, Petr wasn't ready to give it up so easily. Petr won the first 2 rounds of the fight, but Matheus didn't give up. He fought back by trying to match up the speed of his attacks from Petr. To the end of the match, Petr sent a straight left uppercut that sent Matos to fall straight on his back. The referee had seen enough and had to call off the fight. Petr retained his title. In slow motion, that uppercut would pass for an action movie scene, but that's not really the point here. The point is, his brutality in this fight earned him a contract to fight amongst the elites in the UFC. Petr signed his first UFC contract in January 2018. His debut match was against Hiroto Ishihara in the bantamweight division. Petr won in the first round with a TKO. It was also fun to see him do a backflip and land on the map in the octagon like a true soldier. Next, Petr would take on the fan favourite Jinsu Son. We don't want to be biased and have to admit that Son got the better of Petr in that fight, but the Russian Petr won by unanimous decision and also took the Fight of the Night award. This guy proved to be the real deal, and his contract with the UFC got extended. But in June 2019, he had to undergo surgery on his left elbow, so he took a break from the UFC. Petr returned in December 2019 to face Uriah Faber. In my many years of watching the UFC, I've never seen two fighters so equally matched. Petr had to put up one of his best performances of his career. The first round was about mastering each other's rhythm, while the second round saw Petr thrash Faber. Petr finished Faber in the third round with a picture-perfect thumping head kick to Faber's cheek. This made him the contender for the UFC Bantamweight Championship. This was one big highlight of his career, so before we get to that, let's take a look at how much this Russian bad boy earns for every fight. Before we get to his salaries and net worth, here's something you need to know. If you're a new subscriber to our channel, I need you to scroll down to the comment section and comment I subbed. We're giving away gifts to our new subscribers, so comment I sub now to participate. In his first match at the UFC, Petr Yan earned $43,500. It's painful that I have to give a spoiler in this video at this point, but Petr Yan's biggest payout was against Jose Aldo, who he beat to become the UFC Bantamweight Champion. We'll talk about their match in a minute. Petr has a total net worth of around $1.5 million US. Petr is also signed to Gorilla Energy Drink and Parry Match on endorsement. He enjoys his huge payout with his wife, Julia Yan, and his two sons, Daniil Yan and Konstantin Yan. Now let's talk about that most recent life-changing experience for Petr in the UFC. Henry Cejudo, who was the UFC Bantamweight Champion, was set to retire, so he had to relinquish his title. Being so dominant, Petr was picked alongside Jose Aldo, who was a former UFC Featherweight Champion. As I said already, Petr won the match by TKO in the 5th round. Aldo did put up a good fight. Petr sent some real combos at Aldo that knocked him out. Finally, the young boy from Russia, who was denied the opportunity to fight as a child, became the UFC Bantamweight Champion. I felt really happy for him, but my tears of joy got wiped away with what happened next. Petr Yan was set to defend the title against Aljamain Sterling on December 12, 2020, but the fight was rescheduled to March 6, 2021. Petr and Sterling knew what was at stake, and the fight was worth billions. To be honest, it was a pretty close call until Petr threw everything away by performing an illegal knee kick in the 4th round. He got disqualified, and Sterling was given the win. Man, it was awful, and I felt bad for the guy. All that hard work just slipped away with a single illegal move. But guess what? That's not where the story ends. Petr was set to fight Aljamain Sterling for a rematch on the 30th of October 2021. Sadly, Sterling withdrew from the fight due to neck issues, and Corey Sandhagen stepped in to face Petr as the interim bantamweight champion. Remember when I said at the beginning that Petr Yan was on a quest to fulfill his destiny? This match established that fact. However, Cody Sandhagen was ready for an attack. He entered the fight hotter than Taylor Swift on a night at the Grammys. He put Petr on his toes by giving ruthless attacks from all angles. Petr was on the defensive side until the 3rd round, where he started throwing long shot punches at Corey. In the 5th round, Corey was still getting good shots until Petr found the perfect timing to offload an avalanche of punches to the body and the head of Corey. Just before the final horn to end the fight, Petr launched a spinning wheel kick to Corey while Corey retailed from a flying knee. Really tough fight, but Petr won the match by unanimous decision and became the UFC Bantamweight Champion once again. Petr holds a part of the Bantamweight Championship and would need to unify it with Aljamain Sterling in 2022. Petr also holds a record of 16 fights with only 2 losses and a 10-win streak. We'll definitely get to see more of Petr in the future. Thanks for watching this video till the end. See you on the next one. Bye for now.